Hello friends, welcome to the Trading Temple channel. Today we're going to analyze the Avalanche chart and the Celestia chart. As you can see today, the market is pretty much all green. Bitcoin is up about 2% and Avalanche is up nearly 10%. And what great news that after 220 days, Avalanche was finally able to break out of this heavy range and move upward. How beautiful is that? After it formed a triple bottom, here it touched this support level 3 times and went up. When it came back down here, we drew this support and this trend line. Just a few days ago, we talked about Avalanche and said that if it can hold this trend line for the next few days, there's a strong chance Avalanche could break out of this range and move upward. Now, a lot of people have been asking where the next target could be. The next short-term target for Avalanche could be in this range, around $35, precisely because we have a noticeable gap here, and consequently there won't be any significant resistance for the price movement. So this particular gap will be nicely and completely filled. It's entirely possible that Avalanche will indeed do a significant backtest here on this particular range and thoroughly test it as a crucial support level to ascertain if it genuinely holds or not. Following this, it could then potentially move towards the $35 mark for a relatively short period of time. And also, in the relative strength index, you can clearly and distinctly observe here within the weekly time frame that the current week has not yet reached its conclusion or end, which is an important point to consider. But right now we can clearly see that first of all, this trend line in the weekly time frame has been almost broken with what has formed here, and we'll see where it ends up by the end of the week. For now, everything looks fine for Avalanche, and on the other hand, its MACD is also turning green, and bullish momentum is returning to Avalanche. That was our analysis of Avalanche. Now let's move on to the Celestia chart and see Celestia also made a big move a few days ago. As we discussed a few days ago, Celestia broke below this trend line and did a backtest here, which scared a lot of people in this area. It had a small support before things could really get dangerous if it had lost this support, but it managed to hold on to this support. As you can see, there was also a short squeeze here. It went down and then bounced back up. Those who had long positions in Celestia and had their stop losses down here all got stopped out. It filled the gap here, moved back above the range, and now let's see what it's doing. Now it's breaking this trend line, and with the candle it formed yesterday, it pretty much broke this trend line. Take a look at the volume. Look at Celestia's volume, how high it was, which is why it broke this trend line so strongly. And what we talked about 4 or 5 days ago was this trend line on the RSI. And you can also see that this trend line on the RSI has been broken. At the same time as the strong trend line here on the price chart was broken, it also broke there and moved up. And we can also see that the volume is moving upward. For now, Celestia is okay. We have to see if it holds here or not. If Celestia does something risky and suddenly drops down from here like this, things will get very tough, and we could say we'd have to go bearish again on Celestia. But that's unlikely because everything in the market is fine for now. All the market caps are close to their all-time highs. Bitcoin has held its support level and everything is fine for now. Celestia, or this trend line, since around November 2024 when it was below this trend line, has finally broken through it. The next stage for Celestia, or you could say, could be here. There's a strong resistance in this area and it might form a bull flag here like this, and then in the next move, go up. If it breaks through this part, Celestia will really turn bullish once it reaches here. I mean, it will be truly bullish and there's a good chance the price will go much higher. And on the Bitcoin chart, right now Bitcoin has almost reached $114,000. As we analyzed a few days ago, we mentioned that Bitcoin has a head and shoulders pattern here. We need to see if it breaks through this line I've drawn to determine whether the bullish momentum will return to Bitcoin or not. For now, in the 4-hour time frame, we can see that Bitcoin, with this candlestick it has formed, had a very high volume. In the 4-hour time frame, for now, it has broken through this line and is confirming that this was a head and shoulders pattern, and the price has formed its bottom here, so Bitcoin might head toward its all-time highs. Everything in the market is okay for now. I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and don't forget, trading is never 100% certain. Everything is tied to probability. And also don't forget that I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice either. See you in the next video. Goodbye.